Hi, afternoon. How are you? Let me turn that off. Let me hide this because here I am. It's great to see you. Hello. Here we go. I thought I'd let you into sort of a little bit behind the scenes there. That's one of the mixes I just love to listen to whilst I'm not writing. I need something that's really, really chilled out whilst I'm actually putting new words down. But I love that sort of laid back jazz funk sort of vibe whilst I'm whilst I'm editing something or doing some more sort of administrative tasks, so I thought I'd had it playing in the background. I thought, actually, I'll just leave this on at the start to let you into that, let you see that. I hope you're well. Do drop a thing in the comments to say hello, tell me who you are, where you're listening or watching from, what you're up to, that sort of thing. Otherwise, it's just me talking to myself, which is fine. I can talk to myself. I don't mind that, but it's nice to, have a little bit of contact from you guys and girls as well. If you've never met me before, I am checking Facebook on this screen here as well. If I keep looking over, that's why. If you've never met me before, I'm Luke. Hello, I am an author of thrillers. I've written 4 books already. There's 3 of them on the shelf behind me up there. Koh Tao, I sent off to, which is the prequel to the series. There's the cover. Where is it? There's the cover. I sent off to be printed today. So hopefully, fingers crossed, by this time next week when I do my Facebook Live next week, I will have the actual book to show you, which is great. It's always, for me, that is like when it's proper, when the book is out, when it's done, and I've got that real physical book, ready to go, ready to sort of hold in my hands and flick through and read pages from. I really enjoy having that. I remember the first time I got Kathmandu, actually a little while, like over a year ago. It was that point where I actually thought, you know what, I've done this. I've actually written a book. I was really pleased with that. So this must be my 6th, maybe 7th Wednesday Facebook Live. Yeah, I've quite enjoyed doing them, actually. I hope you have. It's been nice to just sort of share a little bit sort of behind the scenes of what I get up to and get to know some of you as well. I do know from conversations via email and over Facebook that quite a number of people, probably more people, watch afterwards than watch live, which is great. It's brilliant just to be able to talk to you, but it is really nice for people that are watching live just to drop in and say hello. Let me have a look at these comments at the moment. Allison, hi, it's great to see you. Thank you for joining me. That's fantastic. That's brilliant to see you there. Right, today, here's the topic of conversation. I only just sort of put this on the Facebook about an hour ago because I hadn't quite decided what to talk about. What do you think about this? Today's question: what format do you like to read in? So what I mean by format is, I mean ebook, paperback, hardback, audiobook, or don't you mind? Do you read a combination of those formats? That's what we're talking about today. And I'm asking that for a number of reasons. Presently, all of my books, other than Koh Tao, which is only an ebook, are in ebook and paperback. Kathmandu's got an audiobook. I will do audiobooks for the others. None of them at the moment have hardbacks. I do intend to go through and do all of those for all of, do all of those formats for all of the books. Haven't yet. Is that something you're bothered about? Would you like to have the hardback edition? Would you like to be able to listen to parts of it whilst you're driving somewhere on the audiobook? Or are you just happy with an ebook? What do you think? It's completely, I'm open, I'm interested. Because if you guys say, actually, Luke, I just read ebooks, not bothered about anything else, I'll think, well, if it's going to be a really difficult and expensive process to do X, Y, and Z, maybe I won't. If you guys are happy, because you guys are, you're why I do this. You're the people that read my books, and I want to think of you first and foremost. So pop your answer to that question in that comments box down there. I want to be able to share this. I'm afraid it's going to start talking. No, it isn't. That's good. Perfect. I want to really be able to share it with my normal profile, but it doesn't seem to be giving me that option at the moment. That's fine. We'll come back to that in a minute. So yeah, what you think about that, pop that in the comments, and I'm going to come back and talk about that in a little while. Oh, Alison says she really enjoys Wednesday afternoons. Me too, actually. It's really nice. My sort of creative days are normally Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So this for me is like halfway through the creative week. When I mean creative, I mean just sort of writing days. So for me, it's a nice sort of middle break. Finish a little bit earlier, plan this, get, have a little bit of a chance to talk to you. I really appreciate that. Right. What should I talk about first? It's a good question. Let's talk about my summer sale, which starts today, because this is important. My summer sale. First time I've done this, actually. My summer sale. School's out. Summer sale. 50% off all my books when you buy direct and when you use that code. School's out 50. So if you haven't got any of my books yet, if there's a couple that you've missed or a couple that you intend to read, and I know what I'm like. If I discover a new author, I might buy one and then buy another 6 months later, whatever. If you're planning on doing that and you'd like to read the others, get them bought now, half price if you buy that when you buy them direct from me. That is only available for the remainder of July. So we're the 22nd at the moment. We've got 9 days, so just over a week to do that. Okay. Go to my website, which is lucerichardsonauthor.com. You'll see them all there. You click buy from me, not from Amazon. You've got to buy them direct to get this offer. It's exactly the same, only ebook, I'm afraid. It's exactly the same as buying them direct from Amazon. And at the checkout, you enter that code, Schools Out 50. Also, if you know someone who likes thrillers, who likes my writing, recommend this to them. Let them know this is the sort of thing I want you to share around. There are things, like the release of Koh Tao, sneakily released early to you guys, that was a bit of a secret. This one, this is more open. Let other people know those things. Let's jump in the comments and see what we're talking about. Right. Allison's talking about the topic of discussion. I'll come to that in a minute. Hi, John. Great to see you. Yes, miss me going out for my walks. I still do, but I've just been sort of relaxing in that time. I do need to do some more live things whilst I'm out and about, though. Okay. What I wanted to talk about today, as well then as the summer sale, as well then as the normal sort of thing, is I wanted to talk to you. And I will discuss this in my mail out, which it will be at the end of the week. I want to talk about how this week for me is a little bit of an end of an era. Yeah, end of an era. Because this week I had my final day as a teacher in a school on Monday. That was mad to think. I know some of you that have followed me for a while will know that I was an English teacher in an English secondary school. Obviously, I've not been there that much with all the craziness that's been going on over the course of the last few weeks, but I've still been there and setting work online and going in once a week to see my classes and that sort of thing. But back in February, I decided that I needed to leave that so that I could concentrate on my writing. I've always said that my ambition is to be able to write and be creative in other ways full time. Set my own sort of work schedule, set my own sort of tempo, set my own sort of aims, and I've loved doing that. And although I sell a few books every week, a couple every day, which is great. I'm not at the stage that I can do that professionally. I needed to stop doing the teaching so that I could concentrate on that. And this just brings forward how important it is to me that you guys are there buying my books, because each one of those sales, and I said this in my email last week, actually, each one of those sales is a step towards this dream of mine to be able to write and create and follow my curiosity and do the things that I love every single day. It might not seem a lot, 2 or 3 quid, something like that, but every single one makes that tiny little bit of difference. So thank you for that. It's not just the case that you're hopefully enjoying the story, but it is the case that you're really supporting me by doing that, which I absolutely love. So thank you. So yeah, a bit of an end of an era for me. I've got obviously the summer holidays now, and then from September I'm going to be throwing myself full time into writing, into publishing more books. I've got a couple of other sort of side projects related to writing that are, to sort of make ends meet in the meantime, but this is the dream. I'm locked in to producing and writing as many great books as possible, both the Leo Keen ones that you know about and the ones I've talked about with Steve in the past, and a couple of other projects that I'd like to get involved in. So yeah, it's all go, really. It's all go. Right, Alison, what are you saying? Bet the pupils will be gutted. Not many male teachers out there. No, there's not. Although the person that's replacing me is another man, so there'll be another one in the department, as far as I know. I think so. But no, it's not. I'm definitely a minority in teaching. I mean, I will still do some forms of teaching. I've got a few online courses, which I think you guys know about, to do with creative writing. So that'll still be part of what I do, and I love that part of it. But I just needed to be able to concentrate on writing, because that for me is, that's what I'm passionate about, and that's important, I think, to sort of pursue that passion. Okay, we are talking in a moment about this question. If you've not seen it already, if you've only just tuned in, welcome, hello. There's the question. What format do you like to read in? Ebook, paperback, hardback, audiobook, or do you not mind? Any way, any which way, or do you always read in ebook? Or do you always read in paperback? I know some people are a little bit frustrated because the ebook comes out often couple of weeks before the paperback happens. So they have to wait a little while, and that can be a little bit frustrating, as I can imagine. Let me know. I'm interested as to how you guys like to read my books, because then I know which ones to sort of push, which ones to sort of do first, which ones are really important to you. So pop those in the comments. I'm going to come to them in a minute, but first I'm going to do the review of the week. I'll leave that on the screen there, actually, in case anyone tunes in whilst I'm reading this. Okay, review of the week. I've got 2 reviews to post, actually, now. 2 reviews. First one is by a guy called Mark Fern. Hi, Mark, if you're tuning into this. He's read through all of my books in the last couple of weeks, and he runs the page, the Facebook page Bookmark, in capital letters. I've shared quite a lot of his posts. They're fantastic. He reviews. He must read about 4 books a week. He must, because he's gone through mine in about 2 weeks, and he's been reading other books as well at the same time. So he's a very, very quick reader. This is his review for Berlin, and he got a copy of Koh Tao today. So I imagine that'll be following in a couple of weeks' time. But this is his review of Berlin. This being the 3rd installment for me within a couple of weeks. The first 2 books and characters were fresh in my mind, and it was good to see Leo again, with all his insecurities and panic yet bravery, and Allissa, who he met in Kathmandu. They now work as a team finding missing people, and no surprise, this book finds them in Berlin. They're on the trail of Brighton fashion designer called Minty. Not my choice of a character name for a book, but once I got past that, it was okay. I like that, because a friend of mine a couple of days ago said that was her favourite thing about the book, that he was, well, not a favourite thing about the book, but one of her favourite character names, Minty Rolliston. You can't please everyone, can you? I said that to Mark, who has got involved with 2 shady Russian gangsters in a bid to make more money. The writing style followed the first 2 books and is easy to read and visualize what is happening. The action as it is there, as in the previous books, and my only criticism is that at 242 pages, it's quite a short book, and thus everything from start to finish happens rapidly, and before you know it, it's over. I still enjoy it and look forward to the prequel to the series called Koh Tao, the place where Leo lost his girlfriend and all the adventures started. A good series that I've really enjoyed. So based on that, it's a 9 out of 10, 5 stars. Whee! Gotta love a 5-star review, haven't you? By the way, if you write a review for one of my books, which I absolutely appreciate, I love that you do that. Thank you. It means so much to me. Just to make sure I see it, send it over to me. Either send a screenshot or copy the text over to me. Then I'll include it in one of these. I sometimes go to the actual Amazon page and look through there, but if they get sent to me, then I definitely see them. And often Amazon takes a while to show them, and it goes through all their system and whatever. Right, second one. Just finished reading Kathmandu by Luke Richardson. I first became aware of this book when a friend posted about it on her Facebook page. This is the first in the series of the books revolving around the main character, Leo. Currently, Kathmandu, Hong Kong, and Berlin are out, with the 4th book, Koh Tao, coming in August. Leo is a journalist in search of his missing girlfriend who vanished 2 years ago. He's hired by a British politician to find his missing daughter, whose last known location was the city of Kathmandu. During Leo's search for Allissa, you're introduced to the city, as well as a number of good supporting characters that he interacts with, and a few bad ones. Not to mention some interesting locations and a bar and a couple of interesting restaurants. If you've read Kathmandu, you'll know what this is about. This is a fun, fast read with short chapters to keep things moving. The book is good on its own, but with the epilogue, being a great springboard into the next series. Now, I'm glad this person mentioned the epilogue, because I've now started including the Kathmandu epilogue as standard at the back of Kathmandu. For the first few months, I did it as just for my mailing list people. I've started putting it in there as standard. So if you haven't read that, I definitely recommend you do, because it does sort of bridge that gap a little bit between Kathmandu and Hong Kong. As you know, if you let me know, I'll send you a copy of that straight away. I've got it ready. I've got it online ready for you to see should you want to, but it is now included as standard at the back of Kathmandu because of some comments that people have said, which actually I'm now, yes, I'm going to come to this question in a moment, which I'm now actually, I've been re-editing Kathmandu for the last couple of weeks. Well, it's been a couple of days, and it will be up, new version, tweaked, tightened, improved, a little bit shorter, a couple of thousand words shorter, same story, same characters, everything like that the same, but just a bit tighter. So if you want a copy of that, I will send that out to my mailing list for free, because you've already paid for it. So you'll get a copy of the updated version in a couple of months for free, which goes as standard. That's another reason why it's good to jump on these mailing lists, isn't it? Because you'll get any updates that come down, because if you're not on there, I can't contact you. Right, I've talked for nearly 18 minutes. Wow. That's a long one. Today's question: what format do you like to read in? Ebook, paperback, hardback, audiobook, or are you not bothered? Let's have a look and see what people are saying. John, right. John loves ebooks. He wasn't convinced at first because he loves physical books, but he's read so many by so many authors on ebook. I love that as well. You can flick very easily from one thing to the other. You can download a new one if you're not got anything with you that you like at that time. You can hold loads and loads of books, which I absolutely love. Yeah, I really like that. Some people do say they prefer paperback for the reason that it's nice to have that physical, book and be able to turn the pages and those sorts of things, don't they? If you're watching this afterwards, you can let me know this, because I'm going to use this discussion to inform how, what books what formats I prioritize in the future. What do you think? Let me know. If you're listening to this live, drop a comment in the comments box. If you're listening to it afterwards, do the same, or send me a direct message. Alison: I'm greedy as I read the ebook first as it normally comes out, then purchase the paperback if it's not available in hardback. Yes, nice. I like you. I like your style. I'm the same. If I really like a book, it's lovely to have the paperback version as well, isn't it? Yeah, if it's coming out. I do plan to do hardbacks, as I've said to you before, Alison, of mine. But it's just because I've not done it before. It's quite a process, I think, to learn that system of working it out. But before the end of the year, I hope that it will. I know some people as well talk about audiobooks. Now, when I was a teacher full time a couple of years ago, I loved audiobooks. I'd listen to probably 1 or 2 a month. Now I've got a bit more time to actually have gone back to reading. I feel like I've gone back to reading by the page, because I'm not driving around as much, or I'm not doing as much that, it's those sorts of times that I'd be using the audiobooks. Yeah, but now I do that less. Alison, you can't beat the smell of a book. I know exactly what you mean. I do know exactly what you mean. That sort of glue and paper smell. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, yeah. John agrees with Alison. Yes, the smell of a book. That's something. Do you think that's something that the next generation, if they don't use normal books as much, will miss? Because they won't have that sort of smell of the books. Oh, Alison, you asked me, are we going to continue with our around the world in 80 books? I was hoping Steve was going to be on the chat actually, and we could have talked about that, but he's not. Yes, we are. Steve's been moving around all over the place in the last couple of weeks. He's now in Mexico, back at home. So we're planning on doing one next week. next Monday or next Tuesday. We're going to work this out in the next couple of days and put it out on both our groups. We're going to do it as a Facebook Live next Monday or next Tuesday, midday, afternoon sort of time, depending on his, because he's in a different time zone to me. Yes, so we will do that, and we will let you know. And we're talking about a book. You can tell me whether you've read this or not. We're talking about The Beach by Alex Garland, which is a classic. I haven't read it for ages, but it is a fantastic book. So yeah, get yourself revised on that book if you've read it, or maybe pick up a copy and get it read before then, so there's no spoilers and you can join in with the conversation. Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today. It's been fantastic as ever. I just want to remind you of something. This School's Out summer sale, 50% off all my books. When you use that code, you have to buy them direct to do that. And something I want to mention before I go is that if you are in any other country but the UK, you will still see that it's in pounds, but you can buy that and it will convert it to your local currency. PayHip, the system I use, doesn't yet show multiple currencies, but your bank or your system will convert the money for you. So don't go on there and get put off and think, I can't have that. You absolutely can, but it will just, you'll buy it in pounds, it'll convert it to dollars or whatever currency you're with, or euros, or whatever your currency you use. It will convert it directly across to there behind the scenes for you. Okay, so I'm sorry it's not quite as simple. A couple of people message me saying, can I get this because I'm in this place or this place? The answer is yes, but it's just gonna do the conversion in the back end of your banking system there. Okay, so there it is. That's the code. School's Out 50. You'll need to go to my website, which is lucerichardsonauthor.com. There it is, in order to get those. Thanks so much if you are watching this afterwards. Thanks so much if you're watching this live, and I will see you next week.